Posted Tuesday, October 24, 2017. 500 Changing Mars into a Second Earth by Terry Mejdrich. Message Media. Zero comments. Posted on October 24, 2017 by Terry Mejdrich. Terraforming is a hypothetical process for transforming a planet or other object in space that cannot sustain human life into one that can. Most terraforming ideas have been directed at the planet Mars because it is more Earth-like than the other planets. Mars is the only planet that has a reasonable chance of being terraformed anytime soon. Other planets present daunting challenges. Mercury is both incredibly hot and cold depending upon if you're on the day or night side and has essentially no atmosphere, leaving little to work with. Venus is a bit farther from the sun but has a crushing atmosphere and temperatures hot enough to melt lead. It rains on Venus but it's not water, it's sulfuric acid. The outer planets Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune are huge gas giants with crushing gravity. So Mars appears to be the best candidate for terraforming. It is cold, averaging 80 below zero, but it does have a tenuous atmosphere of mostly carbon dioxide, though it is poisonous to animal life. There is no liquid water on Mars, though there are vast reserves of mostly subsurface water ice. The atmosphere is not thick enough to shield organisms living on the surface from deadly ultraviolet radiation, but living quarters could be built underground. What would have to be done to Mars to make it more people-friendly? First on the terraforming list would be to warm the planet. This could be accomplished by adding greenhouse gases to the atmosphere. Greenhouse gas generators would utilize elements that already exist on Mars to create planet-warming molecules. A thicker atmosphere would absorb more solar radiation and also help to level out the huge day-night temperature swings. Once the temperatures on Mars warmed to something close to those within the Arctic Circle on Earth, hardy plants could be introduced. These plants could survive on the carbon dioxide-rich atmosphere and release oxygen, opening the way for animal life. The warming temperatures would melt the frozen reserves of carbon dioxide, dry ice, and eventually the water ice. Clouds of water vapor would form and rain would fall at least at the equator. If all went according to plan and within a span from somewhere between 100 and 1,000 years, Mars might be enough Earth-like to allow humans to live there without creating an artificial environment. But there might be complications. For instance, the question, does Mars currently harbor microbial life, or even dormant life that might be reanimated by warming the planet? If so, Earth organisms and Mars organisms may not like each other's company. Martian microbes may react as lethal infectious agents. Or our presence might jeopardize indigenous Martian life forms. Terraforming Mars into a second Earth is not likely to happen simply because Mars is considerably smaller and has less mass. If you weigh 150 pounds on Earth, you would weigh only 60 pounds on Mars. Even with the successful introduction of an Earth-like biosphere, successive generations would become acclimated to Mars. Coming back to Earth would triple your weight and likely kill you because you are no longer an Earthling. You are a Martian. A lifelong resident of northern Minnesota, Terry Mejdrich is a former math teacher and farmer-turned-mystery author and freelance writer. Posted in Our Columnists on Tuesday, October 24, 2017. 500 am.